friends, my name is Doreen Foxwell and welcome to today's Kids Yoga Meets Astrology. I'm coming to you a little bit late to talk about the eclipse that happened last week. But the beauty of an eclipse is the energy can stay with you for up to 6 months. So I don't feel too bad coming in a little late talking about it, because when you're going through an eclipse in your life or your child's life, it doesn't necessarily happen that exact day and that exact moment of the eclipse. So coming in a week late, we're okay. An eclipse looks at your life, your child's life, and it looks at what needs to be released from your child's life or your life for you to move forward with the lessons, or for them to move forward with the lessons they're here to learn. And so as a child, gosh, they're learning stuff every day in school. They're learning lessons every day. Just imagine that in astrology we talk about their path, their life lessons, their purpose. It's like way over their head, but we do it in a very child-friendly way for them to understand. For adults, now you understand we all have a purpose. We're all here for a reason. You might be lucky enough, like myself, to know what your path and reason is to be here. And then there are some adults that most of their life they spent trying to find and search, what is that? Well, an eclipse is very helpful in helping you find that out. And this was the last eclipse of the year that we went through last week. And so it's like closing a chapter, closing a book, closing a page, whatever you want to look at, of something going on in your life or your child's life, and things are going to shift. And usually things always shift for the better, or when you look back, you realize it was for the better, but at the time it didn't feel that way. And so there's so many different things that can happen in a child's life. It could be a new friend, new friendship, a new school, a new activity, even a new behavior, that they're releasing an old behavior. Think about 2-year-olds have tantrums. Imagine if they continue to have tantrums up to the time they were 10. Well, I guess there are some kids that do, but most don't. Most learn that tantrums are not the way for them, healthy way for them to get what they want. They learn their skills of communication much better in verbalizing that, and that type of behavior just isn't acceptable to most parents. And in your own lives, there might be a behavior that's just not working. You know, maybe you're a person that loves to gossip. You love to talk about people. You love to hear about people. And it's, one many of us sometimes have to really work on. Maybe that's something you should let go. Maybe you should just send out love to all those people who are hurting. Or, maybe they're not your friends, let's say, or frenemies, but maybe you should look at it a different way, especially since we are in Libra season, and we were in Libra season during this eclipse. This eclipse happened during Libra season if you study Western astrology, and Libra is all about balance. So when things are out of balance, the eclipse kicks what's out of balance out of your life or your child's life. But there are some that are of a different astrology that they study, Vedic, and they felt that this one was under Virgo season. Now, Virgo's a little bit tougher energy than Libra. Where Libra is all about balance, Virgo is more about it needs to be done this way, this is the way we do it, these are the details, and they have a harder time balancing things and not seeing black and white. They see things as black and white. They're very good at keeping things organized and the order of things. They need a little bit of Libra in them to be able to the balance. Otherwise, it really will get to them. So I sometimes am not sure which way to go each month, if I should look at the Vedic or if I should look at the Western astrology. And I invite you to do the same every month if you are into astrology. But I go by feeling. And initially when the eclipse was happening last week, I felt like it was totally in Virgo. I was getting affected by the eclipse very, very heavily. And it's funny because I'm the opposite sign of Virgo, and I have a daughter, some of you know. We are very opposite. So her childhood was a little bit challenging because we were so opposite. Now as adults, we've gotten over that and we can appreciate both each other. We can appreciate my faults, I'll say, and all of the wonderful, beautiful things about my daughter, the Virgo, and stuff. But growing up was challenging for me because she was my opposite sign as a Pisces, and she was a Virgo. So yes. Anyway, getting back to this week's Kids Yoga Meets Astrology, I hope that the eclipse was not too hard on you, and if things haven't happened yet, just know that they could happen in the next 6 months. And I'm going to end with Namaste. I hope that the eclipse makes your life a beautiful day. See you next